Sports Tonight is back again. We're broadcasting live from Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. Glad to have you join us to talk sports. I'm Austin Okonakwan. On the show tonight, we'll continue our countdown to the 20th edition of the National Sports Festival tagged Edo 2020. We're counting down. States are set to go and compete. All the states featuring at this year's National Sports Festival are going for glory. Lagos State, they have a target of winning 100 gold medals. Can they do it? Because Delta say they are going to Edo to retain their title. Edo say they are hosting to win. Anambra say they want to win. Imo say they are winning. Bayelsa also saying they are going to win this year's edition of the National Sports Festival. And I love it so much because that means we're going to have a very competitive event. We'll talk about that one tonight on the program. The Touch of Unity stopped by in Lagos. We'll see pictures from that one and then find out how Lagos State athletes are getting ready for the National Sports Festival. Also on the show tonight, we'll continue our look at season 12 of the Channels International Kids Cup. That grassroots football competition is for boys under the age of 13 and must be in primary school. It's Channels TV's own way of promoting football at the grassroots. We are leading a revolution, and I'm super excited that we're also televising it. I'll tell you what you need to know about season 12 of the Channels International Kids Cup. It's a call for applications for schools in Lagos State. Kids, are you ready? We're coming for you guys. It's all about grassroots football development. Also on the show tonight, we'll continue our countdown to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Coronavirus just got into the world of sports and stopping everything. I don't know what we need to do, but we need to come together and say no to this virus. Mikel Arteta, Arsenal manager, tested positive yesterday for the coronavirus. But good news, Mikel Arteta says responding to treatment and he's going to be fine. I'll read that tweet that he put out. And also, Callum Hudson said he's getting better, sent a video message on Twitter. Those are some of the sports persons that have tested positive to the coronavirus. Guys, we have a big problem. How are we going to solve it? They say wash your hands, please do, with soap. And also use sanitizer when you have to. Don't be in a crowded place. Yeah. Very, very important. We just need to find a way to take this virus out of our world because it's crumbling a lot of things. The English Premier League has been postponed. The NBA has been postponed indefinitely. CAF today said the AFCON qualifiers off. What's going on? Coronavirus, where are you from? Leave our world. We'll talk about some of the damages that this coronavirus has already caused to sports, COVID-19. I don't want to talk about it, but we'll just find out ways that we can, defeat this virus and take back our world. Also on the show tonight, we'll take a look at matchday 24 of the Nigeria Professional Football League. What a story. Plateau United going strong. Rivers United trying to tell us a story that they can compete for the league title. Lobby Stars, they are saying, look, we know that we slipped on matchday 23. We will bounce back. So we'll talk about some of the weekend games that will go down in the Nigeria Professional Football League. At the Flamingos, they're set to play Guinea in a return leg for the FIFA Under-17 World Cup qualifiers. They won the first leg 6-1 in Guinea. I don't know if coronavirus will let us play that one at the Agege Stadium on Saturday, but we've not heard anything, so it seems that's one we go off. But that AFCON qualifying match between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and Sierra Leone will not hold. We'll talk about it on the show tonight. We'll also let you know what's going on as regards the league management company sanctioning some of those clubs that are causing trouble for professional league football in Nigeria. I love the fact that the LMC, they are prompt with their decisions now. Some persons are in trouble. Nasarawa United, we didn't like what happened. We lost a player. League management company, they said, look, some things weren't done right. So we're going to drop some lessons to this team so that others will learn. We'll talk about it on the show also tonight. Sports Tonight on your award-winning sports-loving channels, television, wherever you are in the world watching us. Welcome on board. This is the Fun Factory. Coronavirus cannot stop this show. I dare you, Corona. You cannot stop this show. We're going to have fun tonight, so let's do just that. On Twitter, you can talk to us. We're channels_sports, Facebook channels-sports, and send us an email to sportstonight@channelstv.com. All our top stories can be viewed on our website, channelstv.com, and on YouTube/channels. But if you log on to m.channelstv.com, you can download the Channels TV app for your iPad, your iPhone, your BlackBerry, your iOS, your Windows phones, and your Android phones can also do the magic. Because it's a recipe, action-packed to all the sports. So despite all the scare about the coronavirus, we are still pushing because, well, trying to stop the action. But in Nigeria, some parts of Africa, we're still going strong. Let's just see how we can beat this together. Yes, we can beat this phase. It will pass. I'm super confident that it will pass. Let's welcome Alfred Okoligwe is with us in the studio tonight. Alfred, it's good to have you on Sports Tonight.
Delighted to be here, Austin, tonight. Yeah. I'm really excited. Yeah, we talked about leagues, competitions, all shut down because of the coronavirus. I'm happy to know that the Nigerian Professional League will go on.
It will go on.
I expect...
But we must be careful.
No, I mean, no, give it to... for one, just give it to Nigerian health authorities.
Awesome.
They've come out, they've taken up the challenge. I think the template they work with when Ebola virus and all of that read it said, they just use that template and it's working for us. Good news, this evening, the index case we hear it's been cleared, tested. Those kind of things are the things that will gladden your heart. For me, I think it's particularly nice that the league will continue. Perhaps this weekend, you get to when we didn't shut down the league, the leagues. Perhaps in some centers, people didn't just show up. Tomorrow there won't be any games on TV. No, sorry, on Sunday there will be games on TV. So an opportunity for you to go see a live game. Watching the Nigerian Premier League.
I know. So the Nigeria Professional Football League will go on, but please, everybody, let's apply some caution out there. Stay, I don't know, I wanted to say stay away from crowded places, but if you go to the stadium, please.
Go to the popular side.
Yeah, go to the popular. And if you see flu-like symptoms, don't be coughing and say you'll be fine. Just go get yourself tested. Go talk to a doctor. Don't go to a crowded place and you start coughing and then you're spreading all sorts. Please, let's stay safe, guys. Let's defeat this virus together. Let's get on with the show now. Talk about season 12 of the Channels International Kids Cup.
Hello kids, the Channels International Kids Cup is here again. It's season 12 of the Grassroots competition, and this is a call for application for schools in Lagos State. Visit our website www.channelstv.com to register. Remember, application is free. This competition is organized in collaboration with Eco Football. Channels Kids Cup. Catching them young.
That's what we're doing. It's a revolution. We want to catch them young. We want to discover football talents for Nigeria. We want to build a young boy into a total man, a complete man that understands what it is, what it takes to live in the society, be responsible, respect morals, have some values that will make him a good citizen. All of that is embedded in the grassroots when you start early. Alfred, the Channels International Kids Cup is back.
Exciting times for the kids, for those who are eligible to play, those who fall within that age range. They would have seen what it's in its 12th
season.
Yeah, 12th season. And each year you still see improvements coming in. People really, I mean, when the event started, the guys that will play this year were not even in primary school as it is. So they would have met the program. This is one legacy that this organization has, put down. And I'm sure it can only get better, bigger, and of course, that foundation that we really need for that level. Because if you look at the way we organize our football, sometimes at that grassroots level, you don't get to see much. Only at the elite level, they're out of school training, okay, in one academy or the other. Sometimes the word academy is used loosely. Some of the things that we call academies are best boys club just come together, let's play. If something comes in,
It's up for
I
grabs
mean,
here at the
things like
Agege
this, the
International Stadium.
basic, what's it called? The
I always
basic
get excited when I
things that you
mention
need in life to move forward.
we host
That
the
of
halftime
respect, that of,
performance here.
competing,
Yeah,
that
kick
of
off this
knowing that you can win
international
as much
stadium
as you
of
can
Grassroots,
lose. It's
where
something that those are the things, those are the values that
fire
have been instilled in these
football
kids,
club
and it can only get better. So I'm
hosted
particularly looking forward, excited
Yeah.
about the 12th season,
Yeah.
and it's something that we'll follow closely this year.
I know, super excited about the Channels International Kids Cup because it has a major objective of discovering and nurturing talent in primary school. Alfred talked about ensuring you are within that age, at that age requirement. It's for boys under the age of 13 and must be in primary school. And the school team is the team that is expected to feature at the Channels International Kids Cup. I want to start something on this show tonight. I'm going to do it all through till we get to action time for season 12. If you ever played in the Channels International Kids Cup, because this is season 12, I want you to write to us. Talk to us. Just go to channels_sports, or you can send it to me personally. Just say I played in season maybe 2, 3, 4, or 5 of the Channels International Kids Cup. I want to bring you guys together. Let's tell a beautiful story of what it takes to give attention to football at the grassroots. I want to talk to you. If you've ever featured at the Channels International Kids Cup, right from when we started as a state competition in Lagos, and then we went national, and now we are international. If you ever featured, I'm calling on guys from Toibat Nursery and Primary School in Lagos, the guys from Nana in Delta State, and Newgate Nursery and Primary School in Edo State. All of you guys, just send us a message. Go to Twitter, channels_sports, and say, Austin, I played at the Channels International Kids Cup in 2009. I played at the Channels International Kids Cup in 2013. I played in 2015. I want to bring you guys together. We're going to tell a beautiful story. Let them know who we are, that if you take care of the grassroots, that if the foundation is right, every other thing will be proper. So let's do that on Twitter. It's going to be fun. Or send us an email, kidscup@channelstv.com. Tell me a beautiful story of you competing at the Channels International Kids Cup. I know I'll get messages. I want to hear from you guys, particularly if you're not a big boy, you're just chilling. Let me show you a video of when you were like this. I saw Falabi Yusuf, and he was trying to bounce, and I said, oh, calm down. I've got a video of you playing football when you were 8, and it was beautiful. So, Alfred, this is how we can check it, because someday, somehow, we have Peter Joel. He played at the Channels International Kids Cup, played at the NPFL under 15 promises, and has been to the La Liga program, took him to Spain.
I mean, these are the stories that sometimes when documentaries are done and you look at these kids, they have it all covered. There are no missing links. We know where he started from. When he was 8, 9, he played at this club. This was the ID. This was the paper that kid used for registration and the rest of them. Those are the things. Keeping proper records and profile. And so it will be nice to see kids who have passed. This is the 12th season. Means for the last 11 years, this program have been on ground.
Awesome.
So so many kids, some of them, you'd be surprised, would have rounded off in the university and the university and the rest of them, or even still in the university. A lot has happened, and it's nice to hear from these guys, because I mean, great stories are made of this. And if every organization, or if we have people who invest time and resources to this level of our football, I mean, we won't be struggling at the top as we presently do.
I'm not taking a jab at anyone. Someone said that even the league is not on TV. We're showing kids, primary school kids. We're putting them on TV. We're giving them reasons to come to the stadium, sing for us, dance. They also cry, but it's okay.
At this age, many of them, even at football generally, I recall when those when we were playing, even in the university, something as small as the Malabo World Cup. Well, when the US of Calabar, it was that close. I mean, football brings out the emotion in you. But hopefully,
we love it.
We love it. We love it.
We love what we're doing. So that's it. It's not just to the former players of the Channels International Kids Cup Games Masters, also talk to us. Channels_sports. That's our Twitter handle. Send us an email, kidscup@channelstv.com. Kidscup, KIDSCUP @channelstv.com. I want to read from you guys. Let us tell the beautiful story of the Channels International Kids Cup. I'll continue to make this announcement till we get a number that we want, and then we will tell the world that beautiful story. Let's continue our countdown to the Edo 2020 National Sports Festival. 10 more days to go. 10 days to go. Alfred, are you feeling the fever?
The fever is all over. Guys are talking about it. People are getting set for it. It's a game that, like no other, states are getting ready. The usual suspects are there, making all of the right noises. The others who you feel that maybe they're in the second category, you just go there and also compete. But I think for me, I think this is an opportunity for states to really show what they've been able to put together in the last 2-3 years in terms of sports. I know that so for some states, you ask, what have you been able to do? This is the time you take on the leadership of your state, your governor, your sports commissioner, whoever is doing all of this. If you guys don't have a plan for the National Sports Festival, then what have you been doing? The guys that work at the State Sports Council, and even for guys who have sports commissions in their states, what have you guys been doing? Have you been working? Have you been recruiting athletes? Have you been training athletes to go there? It would be a shame.
Yeah, because this is one way we can get them talking. And the touch of unity has been going around. It touched down in Lagos and was received by His Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu. And this is one way that everyone has been talking about the National Sports Festival. The touch has been going to different states. And Alfred, in all of the states that it has touched down, it gave that state confidence. They believe that they can go on to win. And Lagos
I think the beautiful story is that the governors have received this touch of unity from the states. I mean, when it comes to the state, it's governor that is it. That means it's on the front burner. You know that we're going for this competition. So issues of not taking care of your athletes or not having, not preparing fully for does not arise. But it promises, it's looking like it's going to be an exciting time in Benin doing National Sports Festival, and they're making the right noise.
Okay, so Lagos, they are also competing. The Lagos State Sports Commission, they have a target of winning 100 gold medals to emerge champions of the 20th edition of the National Sports Festival. But it's not going to be easy. They have over 600 athletes in camp, but it's not been a totally sweet story for Lagos team, as athletes were protesting today over camping conditions. Alfred, they said, look, that if it continues like this, that they are not sure of going to this National Sports Festival to win.
Apart from camping conditions, they are even talking about the allowances of the last National Sports Festival in Abuja. I mean, that means something is not right somewhere. I mean, for a state like Lagos, that we expected that, okay, this will be the shining light when it comes to preparation for sports. I mean, if you can't take care of your athletes, Lagos, Eko is for sure. That's what we know them. That's what we know Lagos for. Yeah. I think maybe there's a disconnect somewhere. I'm sure that those who have been saddled the responsibility of taking care of these athletes at this time will be working overdrive to ensure, because even the athletes will know that if you don't get what is due you before the event, before the games come, what if you get knocked out? Hey, so
it's a peaceful protest. They didn't cause any trouble. They just want to pass a message across to the governor that, look, we're representing Lagos. We deserve better. We want to go to that competition with the right mindset to help us compete. Shola Aipeku is the chairman, Lagos State Sports Commission, and he's saying that, look, we're fine, we're preparing properly, and he's confident Lagos can go to the National Sports Festival and impress.
We have been in close camp since Sunday. The athletes moved in, and they are following all their programs. As you heard the governor earlier, he's providing all the support that they need, and they are feeding it. Before, the talk used to be about Lagos not doing one or two things, but this governor knows and understands what importance sports plays in the whole society. And it's not just about sports, it's about all the social problems that can come, that sports can solve. And he's determined to solve that. And so through Edo, we are getting fresh talent, we are matching old talent, and we're making sure that when we get there, we meet up with the governor's target he has set for us to go and win.
Welcome back, Sports Tonight on Channels Television. We're taking a look at the Edo 2020 National Sports Festival. So, talk about balance. The athletes said, look, the camping conditions is not good. They complain about feeding. They complain about the allowances that are being owed from the last National Sports Festival in Abuja. And Alfred, you heard the chairman of the Sports Commission saying they've been in closed camping. Everything is fine. The governor is willing to support. I don't know. So what's going on?
I mean, it's all about communication. That's why I said I think that there must have been a disconnect somewhere. I'm sure at this time they would have called in these guys. They would have ironed all of the issues. We know that Lagos is capable, really, really capable of taking care of the athletes.
Yeah, so that's what it is. All the best to the states that will be competing at the National Sports Festival. I love the fact that you guys want to go there to win. It means it will give us a competitive event. So, but let's respect the laws of the game. The game is fair play, and let's compete with the spirit of sportsmanship and make Edo 2020 one that we will live to remember. I love that story so much. We'll continue to take a look at Nigeria's readiness for Nigeria's readiness to the Edo State's readiness to host the National Sports Festival. But the COVID-19 has been a major problem towards the hosting of this competition also. And the Federal Ministry of Health, they have advised the organizers of the National Sports Festival to conduct proper screening of athletes and spectators during the games to avoid the spread of the coronavirus. With the cancellation of sporting events across the globe, the health minister, Dr. Saye Anire, said the screening is for precautionary measures and that the country has no plans of cancelling the festival except the situation arises. Only 2 cases have been confirmed across Nigeria and they've all tested negative. Alfred, look, I love the fact that we are pumped to looking forward to this, but I'm saying if there's any threat whatsoever, well, we shouldn't panic, no doubt, but we must be sure that we are ready to host this thing and there will be no problem.
Just like you said, if there's any threat whatsoever, for now, I don't think there's any, because the index case and, of course, the second one, we have updates on all of those issues. Recall that as at yesterday, the Premier League sent out a release that the EPL games this weekend will go.
Then Ateta.
Then we heard of Hudson Odoi, we heard of Ateta, we heard. I mean, the moment it starts, of course, you can always review the process. For now, I don't think there's any, and that's why we go along with the plans that we have, that of hosting the National Sports Festival. I think we adequately prepared for, take care of any eventualities.
I hope so. I'm just the concern is the crowd. Let's just be sure that we have everything in place to control the crowd. The Minister of Health has been speaking about the situation. Let's listen to him on the show tonight.
As sports are concerned, yes, we shall recommend to the organizers to screen everybody who is participating. Nevertheless, the precaution of making sure that every spectator is screened and those who are in any way looking suspicious are disallowed entry straight away so that they don't pose any kind of risk to others and the symptoms are clear. And if they do that, I think there's good reason to continue and not to halt. There's no good reason to halt the festival.
That's the Minister of Health right there, Dr. Osage Anire. Because if not for coronavirus, I'm not going to have the Minister of Health come on my show to talk.
No, he's been on top of the situation.
Yeah.
I mean, the kind of updates that we give you at every point, you can always relate to where we are as far as the COVID-19 is concerned. I think they've done a fantastic job.
Yeah.
A fantastic job of taking care of the situation.
I love it. Everybody worldwide commending Nigeria on how we have handled this COVID-19 situation. And I just hope that we stay united and do the right things and eventually kick coronavirus out of our world. Let's get into the Olympic zone now. Welcome back, Sports Tonight on Channels Television. It's now 132 more days to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. 132 more days to go. How ready is Team Nigeria for the world's biggest sporting event? How ready is Tokyo? Tokyo said they've been ready. Corona laughed. Said, what are you talking about? I'll give you worries. So, Alfred, major concerns in the sporting world is this Olympics. If by April we're not talking about this coronavirus out of the way, then the Olympics might just not happen.
Only last week, Thomas Bad, the head of the International Olympic Committee, was talking about postponement not being discussed at the meeting they had with Tokyo. Just 2 days ago, a few hours ago, the President of the United States of America had to call for the postponement given the reality. And I think perhaps, maybe not in public, I think behind the scenes, we'll be looking at Plan B and, contingency, how to really take care of it. Because if you look at the way the COVID-19 has really spread, it has affected so many sports. There are still Olympic qualifiers to take part in. That is not happening. There are games that would have qualified athletes for the Olympics. It's not happening. Very soon now, the summer season will start for athletics. We'll know the top 20 that will go, the top in whatever event that will go. This is not happening because everything is shut down now. So I'm 132 days. I think I want that 132 days, maybe with a question mark in front.
I know.
Because obviously with the way things are going now, big questions, and everybody wants assurance in order to take part in this event. I was reading a report somewhere how much it will cost the Japanese economy if the Olympics is not held this year. Huge money in terms of the cost that they will, because already
the Japanese Prime Minister, the moment you said that, I had his hand on his head like this. After they can't
afford.
They can't afford.
Nobody planned for it.
They start sweating when they think about it. Billions of dollars have gone into this project. They've done the testing of the venues without spectators. They lit the torch yesterday without spectators. That on its own is the mini opening ceremony towards the Olympics.
And all of this comes with a cost.
Yeah.
All of these things comes with a cost, and some are even saying that you can have the Olympics without the fans. How possible is it? The fans the athletes that will come, where would they come from?
That's the Olympic spirit, bringing people together
different
parts of the world.
So I'm sure that behind the scenes, these conversations will be happening. That or the possibility of what next to do if at the end of February this is not out of the way.
Tough, very tough. Coronavirus. What do you want? Because every time I try to understand this, it's difficult. More persons are testing positive, more lives being lost. We need to do all we can to kick this virus out. So, because at the moment, even the qualifiers towards the Olympics are not taking place because for wrestling, the Africa and Oceania Championship was called off. We were waiting to get more wrestlers join Oduayo Adekroye to compete at the Olympics. Those that have qualified, they don't even know how to prepare because they're like, we're going to finish preparing now. They'll say, we won't go. Coronavirus, how did we offend you? I want to know what the problem is. So it's a call again to all of us to take precautionary measures, to stay safe, to do the right things, avoid crowded places, give people the arm's length. They say, don't be nice with it. Yeah, don't start discriminating and pushing people away. Just be nice. If you see someone coughing, goodbye. Stay at the corner. Even call a doctor for that person. Let's get out of the Olympic zone now. Then we'll come back. We'll get on with the show. Welcome back, Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Let's talk about league football development in Nigeria. The league management company, they have set out some conditions for Nasarawa United. What did they do? Remember, that ugly incident that happened in Lafayette that took the life of Chineme Martins, the league management company, they have ordered that no matches shall be hosted at the Lafayette Township Stadium until medical requirements and measures stipulated in the rules are fully complied with. LMC not joking with Nasarawa United anymore. The league management company writes to the Nigeria Football Federation, the NFF, requesting that the match commissioner in that match between Nasarawa United and Katsina United, Christian Mba from Enugu State, be withdrawn permanently from NPFL matches. I knew victims were going to come out of this. Mba was punished for failure to perform his statutory duty to ensure all requirements, including medical personnel and equipment, are in place before allowing the match to go ahead, and for also failing to submit his match reports within the stipulated time frame. The league management company requests that the NFF trim the number of match commissioners in NPFL matches and retain only those who have demonstrated a high level of competence. Yes, we want competent people in the league. Nasarawa United was fined 5 million naira to be paid within 10 working days, and another fine of 1 million naira for conduct capable of bringing the league to disrepute. The league management company gives Nasarawa United a suspended order of 6 points deduction and forfeiture, for which will be activated should a similar breach occur before the end of the 2020 and 2021 season. Nasarawa United gets required within 14 hours to either accept in writing the sanctions or elect to be dealt with by a commission. Alfred, does this solve the problem?
Well, the issues that are there, I think what the LMC just did in this situation is to address specifically what are the issues. There was a medical emergency.
Yeah.
What were the first steps taken? I mean, that picture of the ambulance just spoiled whatever case there is. And I think the match commissioner, for me, I think it's also culpable, because I've been to a match where the match commissioner insisted that he wants to see the ambulance for the game. At the pre-match meeting, he just mentioned, he said, okay, medical, they said,
let me see your ambulance.
He said, let me see your ambulance.
That's good.
And he told them that before the kickoff, the moment we arrive at 2:30, I'll take me to the ambulance. I would like to see the ambulance. The ambulance, you start the ambulance, you drive. I will inspect the ambulance myself. I was at the, I don't want to mention the center. And he got there, to his surprise. The vehicle, it's like it's a permanent. It's just there as a furniture.
It's not functional.
It's not functional.
The
match commissioner had to insist.
Yes.
Had to insist. The writing was done. They brought the proper ambulance. So that's why I say, to that extent, the match commissioner too is also called, because we play week in, week out. Nobody knows when this kind of things will happen.
We take it for granted. They're not footballers. They are fit. They will fall. They will just apply cold compress, bandage.
So when people say it's the entire league, no. This is an incident that happened. The process of trying to find out what happened and punish where lapses. Others will learn from this. Because with situation like this, and of course with the order from the sports minister in terms of allowing games.
Because we are going to monitor this weekend. They said no medics, the match won't happen. Only
today the Nigerian Football Federation named the 12-man committee that will also look at this. Has China Chiru, a good friend that said, the secretary of that committee, had to look, because whether you like it or not, we have to put a closure on this case. And those found culpable, punish. We will have to punish it so that others will learn that this shouldn't happen in the first place.
It shouldn't. It's wrong. This is the Nigeria professional. Guys, if for nothing, forget about football league, just that word professional, let's respect it. Should we wait for someone to die first before we jump on all of these things? Basics. I mean, even they should write to the clubs now, you must have well-trained medical team, credible. I mean, both sides, the medical team, okay, even if the medical team from Nasarawa United wasn't...
Well, that of Katsina United. I mean, it's a medical emergency. I was talking to a team doctor, NPFL team doctor, and it was like the first instinct is, hey, that the doctors on ground there will have a lot of explanation to do.
Yes.
They will have a lot of explanation to do. What did you do in time when this kind of thing happened? So that's why sometimes you look at something as simple as, you know, preseason testing, where players come, you kind of test them, you look at them, you know,
Yeah.
they are kind of medical. Some players will come and feel.
Kevin,
They will tell you that they passed through.
Kevin De Bruyne was tested in that Manchester derby 2 hours before the match,
They told
and
you
he
can't play.
and he failed a late fitness test.
They said you
I
can't
say
play.
you can't play.
You can't play.
To the medical team, I keep asking, and if I eventually go to Lafia, I'm going to ask that team who certified Chineme fit enough to play.
I mean, whether he passed, I think for me it's a question of whether going through the season, how many times do we see these players as assets in the first place? Because if those players are seen as assets, your investment, because the football club trades on players.
Yeah.
The more you develop the player is good enough, you sell, you get money from.
It's
Do
business.
do you see them as assets in the first place or liability? If they are your asset, how well have you taken care of these players?
Alfred.
Do you check on them regularly to see if they are in good conditions to play?
Yeah.
Thank God that Kanu went to Inter Milan.
Let's leave it at that. On Sunday, I'm sending out cameras just to shoot the ambulance. That's all I'm doing. Ministry says no medics, no match. So at the different centers, we just go, we shoot your ambulance. We'll come back and show people. Say, see, even with what happened, look at what we are still calling ambulance in the Nigeria Professional Football League. But the show must go on, and so we're excited that the league will come back. Match day 24 of the Nigeria Professional Football League. Let's run through the fixtures. Kwara United and Wiki Tourists, they are both falling. So let's see who will get up first when they clash on match day 24 of the Nigeria Professional Football League. Kano Pillars, they will hope to consolidate after picking a vital point at Makurdi in that 2-2 draw against Lobby Stars. They will host Jigawa Golden Stars at the Sani Abacha Stadium in Kano. I think they will come all out in that one. In Okigwe, Heartland will take on Lobby Stars. That's one will really get us talking. Ifeanyi Ubah will host Dakada FC International. Rangers International will hope to continue their good form when they take on another team that is enjoying good form, Rivers United. It's Warri Wolves taking on struggling MFM. Abia Warriors will host Adamawa United. Eimba, they're back in the league after crashing out of the CAF Confederation Cup. They will host Sunshine Stars in Aba. Katsina United, they've recorded back-to-back defeats. They lost to Nasarawa United and lost to Rangers International. They're going to host Aqua United in Katsina, while the league leaders, Plateau United, will take on Nasarawa United. Alfred, I'm sure 1, 2, or even more of these games will get you talking.
The game in the Enyimba vs Sunshine Stars game, Enyimba just back at the distractions of playing on the continent. Over, now focus on the league. For the number of games they've played, I think they've done extremely well for the points that they have. They're like 18 games with 32 points. Just leaves them, you know that they are closer to the top than the bottom. But one thing I fear for is Rangers International. They play the form team, which is Rivers United. Rivers United have won 4 games on the trot. Their last one was their 2-0 win, 2-0 victory over Heartland of Owerri. For Stanley, away, you know, Okigwe, I beg your pardon. For Stanley Guma and the boys, they're dreaming. They're closer. If Rivers United does not get any in Enugu, it leaves Plateau United an opportunity to extend the lead at the top. Yeah. And at this point, the moment you open that point gap at the top, you take some stopping. That Plateau United team, I've seen them play. Those guys can play football.
You know what they said to themselves? Last season, we almost messed it up ourselves. So this time around, they said, let us correct the errors of last season. And so now they are staying focused, and it's already shown. Same thing, Rivers United. They're not shouting anymore. They are just eyes on the prize. And that's what
I mean, and it's just shown that in this league, if you do very well in this league, if you apply yourself, I mean, recruitment, the kind of players that you have, if like that Plateau United, you look at that in the center of the park, the likes of Uche, Uchewechi, Onwasonya, solid players in that midfield. My good friend Charles Henlong, Giwa, Rangers, all of them is back in that team. He's a typical Just boy. They're doing very well. And Mekaba just came with his own style. With
No, they don't have a coach. They have a prof within them. So
just came there and is using these guys. Their last game was against Wiki Tories and they got an away with.
And you always remind me that Bauchi is not where you go.
Bauchi is where Wiki Tories is supposed to reign. I mean, what with the new chairman that they have, I didn't see that result coming. But you know, between Jos and Bauchi, it's like from Lagos to Abeokuta. They are neighbors, and sometimes the competition it's like a derby, if you like, and so we're looking forward to an exciting weekend.
It will be.
Perhaps new converts coming to the stadium to see these games. No games on TV.
No game on TV.
No games on TV.
And this season has been fantastic. So let's go on this quick break. When we come back, we've got some time. We'll talk about more of the matches that will go down in the NPFL. Let you know what's going on with the Flamingos. And, of course, talk about some of the things, going down in our world of sports. So don't go anywhere. Stay with us. Welcome back, Sports Tonight, on your award-winning sports-loving channels television. This is the fun fact. We're having fun talking sports right here at Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. Alfred, before we get out of the Nigeria Professional Football League, what can MFM do when they take on Warri Wolves?
Well, maybe the return of
Tony
Coach
Bullos?
Tony Bullos. I just propped them up, but I saw an MFM team that was really flat. They played Rangers only last weekend. Flat on the night, looking for inspiration. In a game that Rangers could have won, because Rangers got a penalty in that game, first half, Israel Abia. The way he took that penalty, they are still looking for the ball outside the field.
Left Agege to Ogba.
Maybe further than Ogba. And a big beams for the young man. But for MFM, they would look for inspiration somewhere. Warri Wolves on their own, they're on the high. Recall that last weekend they got the win. The game that was played over 2 days against Adamawa United.
And I told you that they can use that to build their momentum.
I mean, the moment they were sucked into that relegation dogfight, they had to fight back. That away win has really done them a whole lot of good. If they get this win against, if they get a win against MFM, sometimes very, very unpredictable. Sometimes they travel. They almost got a draw against Ifan Yoruba, considered a very late goal in added time. And so you don't know which MFM team will show up in Warri on Sunday.
But it looks difficult. They've made it look difficult for themselves because they've brought a lot of distraction. And even in Agege, they are not winning. Remember, they lost to Imba there. They drew with Atlant, drew with Plateau.
Drew with Rangers.
So when you're not winning at home, then it's a problem.
It's a big problem. So they just have to look for points. But I think down this MFM team, lacking in experience.
I know.
That's lacking in experience.
Joshua just left again.
Joshua left again. I mean, that inability to kill off games, especially when they have the opportunities to score, if they don't score, it becomes a problem for them.
It's tough, and when you look at their position on the league, they need to start getting those points. Let's finally talk about this one. What can Aqua United do in Katsina?
Well, do what they know how to do best. I know that Aqua United have some very good players in their ranks, very solid team. At some point, cruising. Kennedy Boboye has been able to really make these guys a bit more focused. But in Katsina United, solid team, not to be taken for granted. They've
suffered two losses
on the road.
Oh, okay. 2
losses on the road. The game against Rangers was close, considered very early in the second half. I mean, these are losses on the road. And you expect when the team loses on the road, when he goes back, he wants to get the points on the board. So Aqua United should be ready for the fight.
Well rested because they didn't get
to play last week because Imba was on the road.
Let's see what they can do. We love the Nigeria Professional Football League. We'll come back to talk about it. There's no other place you can get this sort of analysis for league football in Nigeria. It's right here on Channel Sports. Let's get on with the show now. I'll show some love to women's football. The FIFA Under-17 women's qualifiers, FIFA World Cup qualifiers, the African qualifiers, the second leg. The Flamingos, that's the country's under-17 women's team. They will take on Guinea. First leg, they were rampant, 6-1. Second leg, I told Cecilia, just go there and just to show face. Because I know that Nigeria will win.
I saw highlights of that game. The girls just ran riot. They needed to win that. Make a statement with the scoreline.
Yeah.
I think they did. For the Guineans, just come here, make themselves comfortable. Perhaps leave with plenty of goals. Hopefully, the next Florence Omagbemi, the next Messi Akide, Opara Nozie, Asisat Oshola, next big thing in Nigeria football will come from this set of girls.
And you know, because at the senior level now it's very competitive. South Africa, Cameroon, Equatorial Guinea, Zambia now. Zambia just qualified for the Olympics. So for us to gain back our superiority, we must strengthen it at this level.
We must do that. I saw the 2009, 2009 girls, grow. The likes of Francesca Odega, Ngozi Okubi, they were part of that team. The goalkeeper of Rivers United, they were part of that team. Made their debut at the African Women's Championship then in 2010 in South Africa. I covered that competition. Those girls,
look at the longevity.
Many of them are still playing for the senior national team. Many of them. So it will be nice to see this next generation of girls come through.
Yeah, that's it. That's why I keep saying let's give attention to the grassroots. So that's the team. They're getting ready for that match tomorrow against Guinea at the Agege Township Stadium. Cecilia, my colleague, monitored their training, and some of them are speaking ahead of the game. Let's listen to them.
You guys should expect the best football in the whole of Africa, because I believe we're very good and we're going to give in our all on Saturday. You guys should come support us, because we need your support, and when you guys come, you guys are going to enjoy us, because we're going to give you guys our best.
We're giving them double. I just want the fans, those at home watching, they should feel so confident and relaxed, because we won't let them down. This is our home ground.
We believed we've not won any matches at all, because the more we let it to get over us, we reduce in our technical aspect. So believingly, we are meant to understand that we should increase our tactics. We should put more effort, because last game has gone and it's passed. So we look forward to the next game and we hope to do better.
The second leg will be so sweet, because the team is well motivated and we are very ready to meet anything apart from even Guinea match. We are waiting for Ghana, any other thing. We are very, very ready for them.
We are more focused, because that's what from onset when I got the job. While moving out to Abuja, I had to educate myself to remove focus, to have a vision, to have a mission for this assignment. And the moment the guests start arriving, from day one, I started preaching to them what I'm expecting of them and what is expected of us from the nation. Having at the back of our mind that the last group didn't qualify to the World Cup, so it's a total challenge to us. Having at the back of our mind that for presently, there is only national team that is on duty. And thirdly, there are a lot of things in the nation, so we need to bring joy. There's other time there is this virus, there is this political unsettlement and lots of things. So the only thing is for us to go there, bring sanity, bring joy to everybody. So expect good quality football for my girls, and I know you are expecting basket full of goals. We'll try.
So that's it. The girls are set. They're oozing confidence. They say, you're going to see the best match ever. You're going to enjoy us. It will be so sweet. So if you have some time, go to the Agege Stadium to watch the Flamingos play Guinea. Alfred, that's how far we can go on the show tonight.
Yeah, really exciting time it was.
Thank you so much for coming around. And on that sweet note from the Flamingos, we wrap up Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Let's keep the conversation going on Twitter, our Channels_Sports, Facebook Channels IFN Sports. That's the show for the team. I'm Austin Okonakpan in everything you do. Remember, let's keep talking sports. Bye for now.